Kababayan, before you share that post, before you forward that message in the group chat, listen to me for 5 minutes. Because there is a video circulating right now with a title that roughly translates to this: "The whole world is shocked. Alexandra Eala first practice viral in California, mobbed by thousands and thousands of fans." In Filipino, the original title says, "Buong mundo ginulat, Alexandra Eala first practice viral sa California, dinumano o ging ng libong-libong fans." And I know that when you read that, your heart raced. You felt proud. You felt like calling your tita, your Lola, your cousin in Saudi and saying, "Hey, did you see this? Alex Eala is so big now that thousands of people showed up just to watch her practice." But here is why I need you to stay with me today. Because the truth about Alex Eala is actually more impressive than this headline, and I am going to prove it to you. The problem is not that Alex is not amazing. She absolutely is. The problem is that this specific claim, the one about thousands of fans mobbing her at a first practice in California, is something we cannot verify with any official source. And on this channel, we do not share things we cannot verify. Not because we do not love Alex, but because we love her enough to tell the truth. So here is what I am going to cover. First, I am going to break down what this viral claim actually says and why we cannot confirm it. Second, I am going to show you what the real, verified sources say about Alex Eala and the fan support she is receiving, because the reality is genuinely incredible. And third, I am going to take you through the facts about her run at Indian Wells and why it matters more than any viral headline. By the end, you will have the real story, and trust me, the real story is the one worth sharing. Let us begin with the claim itself. The video that is going around uses extremely dramatic language. It says the whole world was shocked. It says Alex Eala had her first practice in California and it went viral. It says she was mobbed by thousands and thousands of fans. Now that is a very specific set of claims. First practice, viral, thousands of fans, mobbed. Each of those words carries weight. Each of those words creates an image in your mind. So we did what we always do on this channel. We went to the sources. We checked the BNP Paribas Open official website. We checked ESPN player results. We checked the Philippine Daily Inquirer. We looked for any official coverage, any media report, any tournament statement that mentioned Alex Eala being mobbed by thousands of fans at a practice session in California. And here is what we found. Nothing. Not a single major source in our research batch confirms the specific detail that thousands of fans showed up to watch a practice session. Not the BNP Paribas Open, which is the tournament in Indian Wells, California. Not ESPN, which tracks every major tennis result and event. Not the Inquirer, which is one of the most comprehensive sources for Alex Eala coverage. Now, does that mean it is completely false? Not necessarily. It is possible that something happened at a practice that was not covered by our current sources. But here is the principle that guides this channel. If we cannot verify it, we do not present it as fact, period. That is not being negative about Alex, that is protecting her legacy. Because when we spread unverified information, even with good intentions, we actually hurt the credibility of the real achievements. And Alex has real achievements that need no exaggeration. So let us talk about what we can verify.
Because Kababayan, the verified story is where the real magic is. Let me take you through it. The BNP Paribas Open, which takes place in Indian Wells, California, is one of the biggest tennis tournaments in the world. It is sometimes called the fifth Grand Slam because of its prestige, its size, and the quality of players who compete there. Alex Eala was in the main draw of this tournament. She did not sneak in through qualifiers. She was there because her ranking earned her a spot. And what she did once she got there is the stuff of legends. According to ESPN, Alex beat Dayana Yastremska in the early rounds. Now, Yastremska is a powerful, experienced player who has been ranked in the top 20. Beating her is not easy. It requires composure, strategy, and the ability to handle pressure. Alex did all of that. But then came the match that everyone is still talking about. Alex Eala versus Coco Gauff. Let me put this in context for you. Coco Gauff is a U.S. Open champion. She is one of the most famous athletes in America. She has sponsorship deals worth millions. She is on magazine covers. She is considered one of the best young players in the history of women's tennis. And Alexandra Eala beat her at Indian Wells in California on one of the biggest stages in the sport. Kababayan, that is not a rumor. That is not a claim. That is a verified, documented fact. ESPN has it in their records. The BNP Paribas Open has it in their results. The entire tennis world witnessed it. Alexandra Eala from the Philippines defeated Coco Gauff from the United States at a WTA 1000 event. If you want something to share in the group chat, share that, because that is real. Now, the BNP Paribas Open, the official tournament, did something that caught my attention. They published a story on their website that essentially said, Alexandra Eala is here to stay. The tournament itself acknowledged that this young Filipina is not just a one-hit wonder, not just a player who got lucky. They recognized her as a legitimate force in women's tennis. And in that coverage, they specifically mentioned the incredible support she received from the Filipino community. And this is where the fan support story gets interesting, because the claim about thousands of fans might be exaggerated in the viral video. But the underlying reality is that Alex does have significant Filipino fan support at these tournaments. The BNP Paribas Open noticed it. They highlighted it. When a tournament of that caliber takes the time to mention a player's fan base, it means the support was visible, it was loud, and it was impossible to ignore. So the truth is somewhere in the middle. Was Alex literally mobbed by thousands of fans at a practice? We cannot confirm that. But did she receive remarkable, noticeable, tournament-acknowledged fan support from the Filipino community at Indian Wells? Absolutely yes. And that is a fact worth celebrating. Here is why the distinction matters, and I want to be very direct with you about this. When we exaggerate the truth about Alex, even with good intentions, we actually create problems. First, it makes skeptics dismiss her real achievements. When someone sees a claim about thousands of fans and they find out it is unverified, they start to doubt everything else about Alex, even the things that are true. Second, it sets unrealistic expectations. When we inflate numbers and events, the real achievements seem smaller by comparison. And Alex's real achievements are massive. They do not need inflation. Third, and this is the one that concerns me the most, it contributes to the misinformation problem that is hurting Filipino communities online. We all know the problem. We have all seen it in our group chats.
Someone shares something dramatic. Everyone reacts, then it turns out to be fake or exaggerated, and people feel embarrassed. We can be better than that, especially when it comes to Alex. She gives us so much to be proud of that we should be the most accurate, most reliable source of information about her achievements. Now let me give you more verified facts that you can share with confidence. After her incredible run at Indian Wells, where she beat Yastremska and Gauff before losing to Noskova in the fourth round, Alexandra Eala's ranking surged. According to the Philippine Daily Inquirer, she entered the WTA Top 30. That is World Tennis Association Top 30. Out of every female professional tennis player on the planet, Alexandra Eala is ranked in the top 30. Let me give you a sense of scale. There are 195 countries in the world. Many of them have tennis federations, training programs, academies, and national support systems. Countries like the United States, France, Russia, China, Australia, they pour millions of dollars into developing tennis players. They have infrastructure that the Philippines is still building. And yet, despite all of that, Alexandra Eala has climbed higher than almost every player from every country. That is not hype. That is fact. And here is where the story gets even more exciting. Alex is heading to the Miami Open, another WTA 1000 tournament, another of the biggest events on the calendar. The Miami Open is a massive deal in the tennis world. The best players in the world compete there. And Alex is going in with the confidence of someone who just beat a Grand Slam champion. She is going in with a ranking that earns her seeding and respect. She is going in as a player that opponents do not want to face because they know she can beat anyone on her day. The question that every Filipino fan should be asking is not whether Alex was mobbed by thousands at a practice. The question should be, how far can she go in Miami? Because based on what she showed at Indian Wells, the answer might be very, very far. Let me paint the picture for you. Alex walking into Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, the venue for the Miami Open. She is coming off her best results ever. She has the experience of beating top players in high-pressure situations. She has the fitness, the game, and the mentality. And she has the most important thing of all, the belief that she belongs at the top. Every match she wins at Miami pushes the narrative further. It takes her from being a promising player to being a contender. It takes her from being a good story to being a force. And that is what we should be focused on as fans. Not unverified viral claims, but the very real, very documented, very exciting trajectory of Alex Eala's career. Now I want to address something that I know some of you are feeling. Some of you might be thinking, why is he being so strict about fact-checking? Why can't we just celebrate? And I hear you, I really do. Celebrating Alex is important. She deserves all the love and support in the world. But here is what I believe. The best way to celebrate someone is to tell their true story. Because the true story of Alex Eala does not need embellishment. Think about it. She comes from a country where tennis is not the #1 sport. She chose a path that very few Filipinos have walked before. She left home, she trained in Europe, she competed against the best juniors in the world, she won a Grand Slam junior title. She transitioned to the professional tour, she faced setbacks and losses, and she kept going. She kept grinding, she kept believing. And now, she is ranked number 29 in the world. She has beaten a Grand Slam champion, and she is representing the Philippines on the biggest stages in tennis. That story is powerful enough.
That story inspires. That story makes you proud. That story is true. And that is the story we should be telling. Not exaggerated claims about viral practices and thousands of fans at practice sessions. The real story, always the real story. Let me recap what we went through today. We looked at a viral video claiming that Alex Eala's first practice in California was viral and that she was mobbed by thousands of fans. We found that no official source in our research confirms those specific claims. However, we found something much more meaningful. We found that Alex competed in the main draw of the BNP Paribas Open at Indian Wells. She beat Dayana Yastremska. She beat Coco Gauff, a Grand Slam champion. She made it to the 4th round of one of the biggest tournaments in the world. The tournament itself acknowledged the significant Filipino fan support she received. And after this performance, she climbed to WTA Top 30 and is heading to the Miami Open with the best ranking and momentum of her career. The viral claim is unverified, but the real story is verified, documented, and infinitely more impressive. So, kababayan, here is what I want you to do. Instead of sharing that unverified viral video, share this. Share the facts, share the real story. Tell your family about the time Alex Eala beat Coco Gauff at Indian Wells. Tell your friends about how she climbed to WTA Top 30. Tell your coworkers about how a Filipina is making history in world tennis. Those are the stories that make Filipino pride genuine and lasting. And if you found this video helpful, if you appreciate that we keep it real and never compromise on the truth, hit that like button, share this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update, because the Miami Open is coming, and I have a feeling there are going to be some very real, very verified, very incredible things to talk about. God bless Alex Eala. God bless Kababayan.
stay truthful, stay proud, and I will see you in the next one.